Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fellow channel again. Pleased to see you. Hope you're all having a good time. Currently over here in the UK we're having another heat wave, which I really do love. For the next, I think it's 4 or 5 days, it's due to get up to something like the mid-30s at least. So, oh, and I really do hate the sun, or when it's really hot. I just can't get along with it for some reason. But anyway, I'm here this morning with a book haul. Kind of a book haul with a little difference, because from the 9 books I've received this morning from Pen and Sword Books, I think it's 9 different subjects. So hopefully you might find this one's a bit of a varied one compared to normal. But anyway, let's get going. The first one is, it's a Images of War book on one particular person called Reinhard Heydrich, known as the Butcher of Prague. He was kind of one of the main players who brought about concentration camps, especially in like Czechoslovakia and sort of the non-German countries that they first took over during World War II. I don't know why I always find this man slightly fascinating, because he's kind of a bit weird as well, and a bit he was always seemed highly strung, or a bit of an egotist, like most Nazis. But I also find his assassination quite fascinating as well, because he was killed by a couple of members of the SOE. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, and I really do like the Images of War books. This is Reinhard Heydrich, Images of War, written by, oh, hang on, the author's name's not on the front. By Ian Baxter, published by Pen and Sword Books, and it's priced at £14.99. So that's the first one. And the second one we've got is Armies of the Plantagenet, England, the Scottish and Welsh Wars and Continental Campaigns. Now, I'm not entirely sure, because I haven't flipped through the books, because the books only kind of arrived about an hour ago. But it kind of looks at the particular strengths and weaknesses of the armies, what they wore, how they fought, that sort of thing. So I think this will be quite interesting, because it concentrates on the Scottish and the Welsh wars, rather than some of the more prominently known wars. Written by Gabriel Eposio, published by Pen and Sword Books, and that's priced at £25. Right, the next one is, if you like this one, you might like it. If you like pirates, rather, you might like this one. It's called The Pirate Captain Ned Lowe, His Life and Mysterious Fate, by Nicky Nielsen. In his relatively short career, the pirate captain Ned Lowe became notorious for his wanton violence and defiance. Nicky Nielsen throws new light on Lowe's early years in London and his family, including his older brother, who was hanged at Tyburn. Moving to American colonies, Lowe married and settled down, but when his wife died, his life detoured and he abandoned his young daughter for a life at sea. After committing mutiny, Lowe and his crew turns pirate and joins the successful crew of George Lowther, raiding the Caribbean and the East Seaboard. Lowe disappeared in 1725 without trace. Had he been caught and hanged by the French? Had he escaped and joined his old mentor on the coast of Honduras? Or had he entered Spanish service as a mercenary? In classical pirate fashion, legend has it that Lowe left a hidden treasure and a map pointing to its location, though repeated attempts to locate it have failed. So that's The Pirate Captain of Ned Lowe, His Life and Mysterious Fate, written by Nicky Nielsen, published by Pen and Sword Books, and priced at £20. Sounds quite interesting, that one. Right. A book here, I'm not really into science and space and that sort of thing, but some of the pictures and photography you get from these books are quite fascinating. And here we have the Yearbook of Astronomy 2023. That's edited by Brian Jones, published by White Owl Books, and priced at £18.99. And basically, I think it's I'm going to tell you what the chapters are. Yep, we've got the planets, all individually photographed in that. Monthly sky notes and articles, 2023. All the way throughout the year, and then we've also got an article section and miscellaneous. But I just saw the book and was asked if I fancied reviewing it, and it looked quite interesting to me. And I often quite find some of the photographs of space and that quite astounding, really, and amazing. So I thought I'd give that a read. The next one is Celtic Places and Place Names, Heritage Sites and the Historical Roots of Six Nations, written by John Moss, published by Pen and Sword Books, and it's priced at £25. And actually that statue you see at the top of the book cover kind of looks very familiar to the one that's outside the town I live in. I shall have to check that out quickly. No, it doesn't quite say, but I'll try and find out for you. A Guide to Celtic Places Across Britain, Ireland and France unpacks the hidden meanings of place names as well as providing insight into Celtic culture and society. A language-focused book to help readers interpret their local places and learn their significance to ancient history. Focuses on Ireland, Wales, Scotland, Cornwall, Brittany and more. Complete with original maps put together by the author. And that's priced at £25, published by Pen and Sword Books. I will leave a link to all the books in the description below this video. So if you fancy some of the books or the odd one, then please feel free to follow the link. Right, the next one is Arthur Plantagenet, Henry VIII's illegitimate uncle, written by Sarah Beth Watkins. Again published by Pen and Sword Books, priced at £20. Arthur lived through the reigns of Edward IV, Richard III, Henry VII, and into the reign of his nephew Henry VIII. Henry VIII once described his uncle as having the gentlest heart living, but he would also be Arthur's downfall. What was Arthur's early life like? Why was he made Lord Deputy of Calais? Was he really as incompetent as some have said? And how did he end up in the Tower of London? We owe much of what we know about Henry VIII's uncle to the seizure and preservation of the Lille letters in 1540, which not only give us details of Arthur's later life, but are an amazing insight into the religious, political, cultural and social background of 1533 to 1540. Well, and to me that sounds good, so it might be one of the first books I read, as Arthur Plantagenet. Right, the next one is a little different, in that it's annual size, a bit like children's Christmas books. This one's called Jumping for Joy. The History of Platform Video Games, written by Chris Scullion, and includes every Mario and Sonic platformer. It's published by White Owl Books, priced at £25. And if you're a bit like me, I spent most of my teenage years playing on lots of games consoles and video games. So I've played all these Mario games and all the Sonics and all that sort of thing. So it's kind of a bit of a blast from the past for me. So I'm going to quite enjoy reminiscing with that one, hopefully. Right, two more. We've gone from almost the sublime to the ridiculous. A History of London County Lunatic Asylums and Mental Health or Mental Hospitals, written by Ed Bryan, or Ed Brandon I should say. It's a nice little thick paperback, priced at £16.99 and published by Pen and Sword. From the quick flick through, it looks like it'll be concentrating on all the asylums and mental hospitals that they used to have really all over the country, but these ones are specific to London, and it'll probably be all about the different hospitals and probably some of the famous characters that they might have had in there, or famous or notorious. So if I just read you the first paragraph. From the Middle Ages onwards, London's notorious Bedlam lunatic asylum saw the city's mad, locked away in dank cells, neglected and abused, and without any real cure and little comfort. The unprecedented growth of the metropolis after the Industrial Revolution saw a perceived epidemic of madness take hold, with county asylums seen by those in power as the most humane or cost-effective way to offer the mass confinement and treatment believed necessary. And what you'll actually usually find, what happened was that, they build these big mental health hospitals, and anyone who showed the merest signs of being, let's say, different or mentally disturbed or just falling on hard times or sick for some reason, then they would just send them to these mental hospitals, and you used to find most of them would spend years and years, and if not all of their lives, in these places, and they weren't particularly well looked after or cared for, and let's just say the facilities weren't exactly there wasn't a lot of money spent on them. So it might be a bit of a depressing and a bleak read, that one. And the last one is another big book, actually. It's a nice thick one, as you can see. And this one is RAF in Camera, 100 Years on Display. And that's by Keith Wilson, published by Pencil Books. At the price of £50, or in US dollars, that's $100. And basically, it's as you've seen, it's a huge book. It's like one of those coffee table type books, and it's full of pictures, focusing on the RAF and planes, the RAF's history. We've got the recent Queen's Jubilee, and the book's just full of fantastic photos, really. What I might actually do is I might have to do a book review on this, and then I can get some photos of some of the pictures in the book, and I'll get them put up in the book review so that you can see some of the pictures as well. But it's a really nice glossy book with pictures of the Red Arrows and World War II planes and later jet pilots and jet planes. But it's probably going to take a while to read or look at the pictures, but it's certainly very good. And that's the picture on the back of the book. Yes, that's RAF in Camera, 100 Years on Display by Keith Wilson, published by Pencil Books and priced at £50. So there we go. That's the 9 books I've received this morning. Let me know what you think, whether some of the books have inspired you or which one you'd quite like reading yourself. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Please stay safe. I hope the weather's good with you, and if you're on summer holidays or something, I hope you're having a great time. I've just noticed, apologies for the brown boxes. I'm still unpacking me book library. I'm trying to get everything moved around into new bookcases and move them around as well. So I'll try and get that done soon. But anyway, I'll probably do a couple more videos over the weekend. So I shall see you very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please feel free to do so. It's not necessary, but you know, this is where all the best people come to play. And I should say, we've had a recent influx of subscribers to the channel. So thank you very much for them for subscribing, and hopefully you enjoy the videos. Other than that, I'll see you very soon. Please take care and have a good time.